Hi everyone, welcome to our Sunday night training. I will warn everybody now that I do not like recording myself, so I apologize for hiccups and if I freeze instantly and don't know what to say. I'm super excited to be doing my first Sunday night training as a new regional vice president. It's very exciting for me to be able to share this gift with everybody and give everybody a little bit of an insight of how I do things and how I've perfected things to make myself better and to be able to share that gift with the team. So I just want to say thank you to Susan and Amy and Shane for letting me be part of the Sunday night training. I know I kind of earned it, but I still think it's really exciting to be able to do this. So I've had a few people ask me in the last few months how I do my parties and how I end up so successful. I usually have a pretty high volume on my parties, and I remember back when I first started doing this, I wanted nothing to do with the party, so I used to make Amy come and do all of my presentations for me and let her do the whole spiel, and I would close the party. So Amy and I kind of became this little bit of a dynamic duo as we went to people's parties, and it was whether it was her party or my party or someone else's launch, because I loved closing the parties. And I know a lot of people find that to be their uncomfortable point. So they have no problem doing the presentation and talking to people one-on-one. But when it comes to closing the deal and getting those sales, that's where people tend to struggle. And I know that I've had people on my team and some of my sideline teammates ask me how I do it and how I go about it. So those are some of the few things I want to talk about with you tonight and share some tricks and some tips and some things that I've done that I personally have found successful. Maybe they're not for everybody, but I definitely think they've worked and know they've worked for some others as well. So the first thing I want to focus on is the start of the party. Making sure you're there, making sure you're set up, making sure you're on time. We know accidents happen, but you shouldn't be the last one arriving to every event. It may happen once in a while, but it shouldn't be happening all the time. And then the first thing I do is I start with the hand scrub. So once I have all my stuff set up, I get my hand scrub set up. I put my client cards right next to the sink with a pile of pens. I know some people like to put these on clipboards. Some people like to wait and hand them out later on. I think it is absolutely crucial that we get everybody to fill out a client card. It's beneficial for you. It's beneficial for the host. It's beneficial for whoever you may be hosting the party for. Maybe it's a launch party for one of your new directs, your new business builders. The reason I do that is so no matter what, even if the person doesn't want to buy, they're only there to support their friend, have a glass of wine, you have their information. You can contact them, or if it's your new business builder, they can contact them and say, thank you so much for coming. I just wanted to make sure you understood everything. Did you have any questions? Please feel free to reach out. Just so you've taken that extra step to reach out to them. And maybe you can make a mental note. So if you knew it was somebody that had looked at the protein and they were questioning it, reach back out to them that week and say, oh, I knew you were really interested in the protein. Can I send you some samples? Did you need more information? I can send you literature. Sometimes that extra connection has been key for me to get those people that were kind of on the fence and you couldn't push them over at the party. So hand scrubs. Ask everybody's name. Ask what they do for work. If you're in a room full of teachers, you're going to do your presentation a little differently than if you're in a room full of doctors. Same thing goes if you're in a room full of moms that are single moms or stay-at-home moms or working part-time jobs or working numerous part-time jobs. You want to make sure you touch with those people upon the business. So you really want to use those hand scrubs as an opportunity to know who is in your audience. So I hand out the client cards. I don't know if everybody's been on Amy's new site and Susan's site. There's a really great new client card that she put out. If you have them fill out the top portion, so their name, their address, their email, and their phone number, that is the critical information. Don't worry, people start saying, well, I don't know what to fill out. Do I need to fill out the rest? That's not important right now. The most important information is that you have everybody's name and contact information. So that's number one. The second thing I do is I make sure to answer people's questions throughout my presentation. Some people may find it disruptive and they don't want to do that. They'd rather wait and hold questions till the end. I like to be able to answer the question as we're going because sometimes people forget the questions by the end, or then they don't want to answer it because they've moved on and they have 12 more and they don't want to have to pick what was the most important and what wasn't. So I like to answer those questions as we go because typically one question leads to a couple questions and you're able to answer everybody's fears, their doubts, their concerns, all while you're giving the presentation, and all while it's fresh on their mind of what you're talking about. So that's the second thing that I do. The third thing, and this is huge, huge, huge. Amy and I actually spoke about it in the car when we did the Mercedes-Benz event on Saturday. The biggest thing I can tell you about closing parties and having successful parties is giving everybody the opportunity to have some one-on-one time with you. So give your presentation, give your whole thing, whether it's nutrition, whether it's skincare, makeup, whether it's a combination of the two. And then give everybody the opportunity. So what I say at the very end of my presentation is I say, okay, let's break the ice. The first question that everybody's going to ask you is, well, how much does that cost? That's all everybody wants to know right up front. It's very rare that you get someone that just walks up and hands you a credit card and says, I don't really care how much it is, but I want it. You get that occasionally. But for me, I found everybody says, well, how much is this? This is going to be ridiculous. So I am upfront and I give everybody the 4 options. Number 1, you can be a regular client off the street and you can buy the whole entire, if we were doing the 28 days, for example, the whole entire fit kit for $400. That's your option number 1. No discounts, no sales, no savings, $400. Not the best option. Option number 2, you can become my preferred client. That will get you the 28-day challenge for $241.20 plus tax and shipping if that applies to you. If you ship it to the host tonight, it's only going to cost you $6 in shipping, and you're going to get a free $50 gift, and you're going to get 20% off of your products for the entire year. No contracts, no nothing. That's a better deal than the $400. Option number 3, you can become a consultant like myself, and if you're hosting for somebody, you can include them as well, where you're going to get 35% off all of your products. You have the opportunity to join this great business adventure, and you are going to make a small commission off of any products that you sell to yourself, and you're going to make a little more commission if you sell it off to others. That may be a great option for you. If you want more information, we'll talk about that too. Option number 4, you can host your own party like so-and-so has done tonight. So, and I could say, oh, Sally here is getting a free $50 gift tonight just for opening her home to me and you and having some snacks, maybe a little bit of alcohol, if that's included. I know everybody does their parties differently. And Sally is going to get up to 80% off of all her products tonight just by having a party. So if everybody here buys a little something, some people may pay more, some people don't, Sally's still going to get a great deal and up to 80% off of her products. So those are the 4 ways you can get your products. And I leave it there. I let everybody have their catalogs. I give everybody order sheets if they don't already have them. And I give them about 3 to 5 minutes to start looking through their catalogs. Some people start asking questions immediately. It all depends on the group that you're in. I start walking around the room and I'm like, hey, Joan, I was like, did you have any questions today? I saw you were really interested. Oh, you're looking at the eye cream. Is there a specific thing you're looking for? I had a party one day that a woman came up to me to check out, and she said, "Oh, I'm gonna get this Calm eye cream." I said, "Okay." I said, "What made you choose that one?" She said, "Well, it was the one that I found the first, and it was the cheapest." I said, "Okay." I said, "What are you looking for in your eye cream? Are you looking for fine lines and wrinkles? Are you looking for hydration? Do you have sensitive skin?" She said, "Oh, I really want to look for the fine lines and wrinkles." So I said, "Okay, a better option for you would be." So just by asking a simple question of what products she is looking for or anybody is looking for, you're going to be able to give them that one-on-one attention that they think they want, they think they need. And honestly, you need it. You need to reach out to those people so that they feel like they're getting individualized attention. Same if you're doing a makeup party. Go help somebody match their foundation, match their pressed powder, match the CC cream, match a lipstick if they're having trouble matching a lipstick and a lip liner. Give those people your undivided attention. All it takes is 3 minutes. 3 minutes of your undivided attention, and they're going to feel like $1 million. They're going to feel like you took the time to come to them and help them. So I do that with every single person in the room. Some people don't want it. They're like, "No, I'm all set. I just came with so-and-so. She dragged me." But give everybody that attention. Give everybody that opportunity to say, "Oh, I had a question about this," or "I need help with this," or "What do you think about that product?" I have a lot of people that'll be like, "Well, what do you think about the protein? I know you said you like it, but what do you really think?" I'll tell them I love it. If it's a product that's not my favorite, I'll tell them it's not my favorite, but I'll tell them why. "Oh, I don't love the fit shoes. They're not my favorite. They really hurt my jaw to chew on because I've had jaw surgery." You have to You have to open yourself up, and you have to be human. You have to be transparent to them and let them know that you're not here to just sell them and get a sale out of them. You really want to make sure that they're happy with everything that they're getting. I also like to make sure that everybody in the room knows about our 45-day money back guarantee, which means you can do the entire 28-day challenge and hate it. And if you hate it, you can put all your empty bags back in the box and ship it back to California. That's what we do. That's what Arbonne prides themselves on. We also have less than a 1% return rate. I don't know if everybody knows that. So being able to provide everybody with those individual thoughts, individual ideas, individual attention is what I have found to really help me close my parties. It's also very crucial if you're doing a launch party for yourself or somebody else. You want to make sure that new business builder of yours has a super, super successful launch party. Or let's face it, they might be discouraged with the business. They might say, oh, well, I did a launch party and it was only $150, and that's because my mom felt bad for me and bought something. You don't want that for them. Obviously, there's different situations that arise, whether people don't show or, there's other situations out there. But you really want to make sure launch parties are key and are strong to start everybody's business off right. So by focusing on some of those factors, so the hand scrubs, getting to know everybody's name, asking them what they do, you can even ask them there, oh, have you heard of Arbonne? Have you used it? No, yes, where, why, when did you use it? What did you use? It just gives you a little bit of knowledge before you start your presentation so you know what you're walking into. So that's about it for presentations and closing. The only other thing that I wanted to touch base on is a lot of people have asked about getting resales and follow-up. So that's where that client card is crucial. Even if it's not at a party. Say you did a one-on-one and somebody decided they were going to buy the 28 days, they gave you a credit card, you ran it, whatnot, you had an extra one, they paid you cash. Still make sure that you have their phone number and their email address. Send them a follow-up email. Oh, hey, how's your new product going? You've had it for a week. What do you think? You aren't going to get response back from everybody unless you ask. Nobody's going to come to you and say, oh, I love my product, or oh, I hate my product, or the protein tastes gross, or the fizz is, nobody's going to give you that answer unless you ask for it. So send an email. How are you doing on week 1? Have you tried any of the products? I know yours not starting till next week, but have you opened anything and tried anything? By reaching out to them, you're opening the door for them to feel comfortable to reach back to you. And it may not be right away. They may not say anything right away, but then a week later, they might have a problem or a question, and you've already opened the door for them. That is the biggest thing I have found with my follow-up and my repurchases is those people that I've reached out to, halfway through the cleanse or at the end of the first week, or if it's an RE9 set a week into it, those people that I've reached out to I've found to repurchase more because they feel like there's an open door of communication. They can ask me a question. If they have a problem, they have no problem coming to me and saying, oh my gosh, I've been using the toner all week and I went on vacation and the pump broke and it's leaking everywhere. What do I do? I can get that person the toner really quickly if I have one, or I can explain to them how we can send it back to Arbonne immediately and get it replaced. Otherwise, if they don't know who you are and you haven't followed up on them, they may not ask you that. They may just get really mad and be like, oh, I'm never buying that Arbonne again because one of my products came and it was broken. So being sure that you have that open communication, even if you did a party and no one at the party say, hey, Pam, it was so great to meet you this weekend. I really hope you're loving your fitness, your 28-day challenge. Please let me know if you have any questions or concerns. I'm more than happy to, talk with you. So just by letting yourself be open and available to people, they're going to reach out to you more often. So the other thing is just making sure people don't have questions about how to use the products once they have them. I had a client bought the protein, wasn't loving it, and I was like, oh, I don't know why you're not liking it. Everybody loves it. And I said, what are you mixing it with? And she was like, just water. I said, have you ever tried it with something else? Tried putting it with an almond milk or coconut milk? She was like, no. She's like, I never thought of that. She put it with the milk. Now she loves it. For some people, it's just giving them options to try. Some people are still going to hate it. You can't help that. But you need to be able to give them options of how to make it, more pleasing to them and more of what they're looking for. So those are my tips for tonight's Sunday night training. I know it's a little bit short and I'm a little bit nervous and I probably talked really fast, but It's a learning experience for all of us. I know we all have our obstacles and our vulnerabilities, and this is definitely one of mine, to have to look at myself in a computer screen. So I hope you guys all took something away from it. Please let me know if you have any questions. I am more than happy to talk to anybody individually. If you want to know a little bit more, I'm more than happy to do a party with anybody, or you can speak with your upline or sideline. If you need help, I'm sure they could help you with some of these tips and tricks. And I'm sure others of you have things that have worked great for you as well. So I hope everybody had a great night and a great week, and happy halfway through the month. Let's finish this month strong and push everybody into qualifications that's trying. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.